We have Tracy Tappan, the Bloodline War. Tracy, congratulations. Nice
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Welcome, yeah. Which award did you win for this book?
I won the bronze medal for romance for this book, and it's a paranormal romance. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Want to tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind it?
You know, the inspiration, it's funny because I actually like happy endings and I love the romance genre, but I like there to be a lot of hard paths and crazy roller coasters to get to that happy ending. And I just wasn't getting that in some of the other books I was reading, so I think the inspiration for me was I really just want to do something very different. So that's what I did.
And won an award for it. Amazing. First effort.
You know, that rocks because you're right. It's in my debut.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nothing like coming out of the gate like full steam
Exactly.
ahead. Huh? That's amazing.
Exactly. It kind of confirms that I'm in the right business.
Oh,
and
no question.
That feels good. For sure.
Describe for us what the book's about a little bit. Give us a little insight to what's going on there if I'm turning the pages and reading.
Well, like I said, it's a paranormal, so the main characters are a different breed of human being, and they actually live not among us, but in a hidden underground community. And the quirky thing is they're on the verge of going extinct, and so they need women with a special gene to help them procreate their race, and their solution for getting those women is to kidnap them. So
okay.
Not the best idea. They're good guys for the most part, but just a little misguided.
But you know what? There's some fun and romance and stuff in that as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have a very gritty voice, so it's very real. I've been told that it pulls people into the story.
Let's talk about your voice a little bit. Let's talk about Tracy. Tell me who is Tracy. Tell us who you are. Tell us a little more about yourself.
Well, funny enough, I actually got started in the counseling world. I have a master's degree in marriage and family child counseling, but I'm also married to a naval aviator and move every 3 years in my quarter of a century of being married, as we talked about.
Okay.
And it just became really difficult to maintain a client base doing that. So my husband, who knew I had a very vivid imagination, said, you know, you should write a book. Turned out to be famous last words.
Yeah.
So,
famous in quotes,
yeah.
everyone.
Oh, yeah. Have computer, will travel kind of became my mantra. And, you know, from there, let's hope the rest is history.
Yeah, and how wonderful of him to be supportive of you like that. And
he's great.
Give you the kind of freedom and wherewithal to let your creativity flow.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it may sound cliche, but he's my real life.
Good.
Romance hero, for
doesn't
sure.
sound cliche at all. It's wonderful to hear, refreshing. And,
yeah.
You know, this type of book, and I hate to say that because I don't want to stereotype or put a label on it, but if I was to ask you, and I'm going to ask you, what's the difference between this? What sets this book apart from others that are like it?
I mean, it's funny that you said that because I think the romance genre is one of the most misunderstood out there. I think, you know, they think that it can be, you know, cotton candy and all that. And there are some of those books that are a little bit lighter fare because there's people out there who want that, and that's powerful, good stuff.
Sure.
But there's a lot to choose from. There's historical, there's mysteries, there's lots of action. That's what my book has. Action that propels the story forward, propels the relationships forward. I mean, it's like you have a Jack Reacher novel. You will have that in the romance world, but you just have a relationship going on there too.
Sure.
But there still can be a lot of powerful action and characterization and
so it's dynamic,
passion.
It has all those different facets.
Don't forget that.
Yeah. That's a key.
Right. So it has all that.
Did you write it for someone specifically? Did you write it for an audience specifically? Was there something or someone that you did this for?
I think I wrote it. I wanted to write a book that I like to read. So I'm just hoping if it's something that I feel passionate about and I feel really good about it, that other people embrace it too. And so far, it's gotten great reviews, and you know.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit more. That impact, the compelling stories, if you will, how it's affected those. Anything specifically you want to share with us around perhaps someone reading it and sharing what their experience was and how it impacted their lives?
The interesting thing is, it's just. I mean, it's speech. This is the part where I get speechless because you work so hard at something, and you have a vision, and you have a passion for it, something, and then people start saying they love it, and this is new, and they're excited about it. This is where I get speechless because it's just amazing.
Tell me what's next. You mentioned that you were starting to write another one.
Yes, I
Can
write.
you share with us some of that?
I'd love to, because
Okay.
I'm very excited about it. I'm continuing with this series, but I also write a military suspense series, and this one's called Wings of Gold. And the heroes will always be helicopter pilots, because it's based on the fact that my husband...
Art imitating life?
Yeah, maybe a bit. My husband is a helicopter pilot. I was a naval aviator's wife for nearly a quarter of a century. So I have a lot of that emotion to pull on what it's like to send your husband overseas for 6 months or so in tough wartime situations, and fear that knock on the door and all that, and missing that. But so I feel like I can bring a lot of that powerful emotion to that, but also the flight operations and all that, because you still have a lot of friends that do that to draw on it. And this one, he's hooking up, the hero's going to hook up with a DEA agent, so it should be, and it's very different, very different. Again, different. That's my brand.
Different.
Think of it. Remember it.
Brand, and she's winning
Gritty,
awards.
different.
Everything she writes, she's winning awards. And if nobody's told you and your husband, thank you for keeping us free, and thank you for helping us keep our way of life, because I don't think enough people say that. So,
I agree.
Yep. And good luck to you
Thank
with the
you,
next
Mark.
book. I'm sure everything you write will win awards.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm going to hold you to that.
And it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
everything. Thank you, Tracy.